Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about a very important topic that I think pretty much almost anyone can relate to, and this is something that I've struggled with throughout my life, whether it's just about myself in general, my self-esteem, or about specific areas in my life. But that's the struggle with finding self-confidence, maintaining a high self-esteem, etc. And I do just want to say that you don't have to take anything that I say to heart. You don't have to do anything that I mention. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, and these are just things that have helped me throughout my life and have helped people around me as well. So first of all, I do want to say that I think that before I used to think that confidence is something that you're either born with or it's something that comes from something that you have, like good looks or amount of money, amount of talent. However, over the last couple of years, when I started to really look into self-improvement and psychology and spirituality, I understood that just like you work out to train your body and make yourself physically stronger, you have to work out your mind and make your mind stronger and train your mind to think a certain way. If you want to be a certain way, if you want to have a certain belief or feel a certain way, it is possible. Sometimes it just takes some time and some work. However, it's totally doable, and it's just a skill. It's something that you train your mind to do. So that's something that I found to be very reassuring, and it just reminds you how much power you really have as a human being. As long as you're willing to do research, ask questions, and really apply that to your life, you can do just about anything. That's just something alone that I need to remind myself of here and there, but just a very helpful thing to remember. And so the first thing that I would recommend, and it's gonna sound a little bit weird, but if you want to be confident and you feel like you're not, then stop trying to be confident. Think of it this way. A lot of the time when we really want something, we have a goal or a dream, instead of really focusing on having it and having positive thinking about that certain thing, oftentimes we're focusing on the lack of that thing, and in doing so, we end up resisting the very thing that we want. I know that with me personally, a lot of the time I would try to force myself to be confident, and I would force myself to be a certain way, and in doing so I would just frustrate myself even more because I noticed the gap between where I am and where I want to be, and it just sends me into a breakdown and doesn't do anything. I was going through this one situation and I really wanted to be comfortable and I really wanted to be confident, but I just couldn't force myself to do it. And so instead of making myself trying to do that, I told myself to be free and be accepting. Every time I go into that situation and I start to feel like I'm not confident, instead of worrying about that, just accept myself as I am in that moment and know that I'm not going to be negatively affected by the idea of not having the confidence that I want to have in that moment. And instead of forcing myself to jump from where I was to where I wanted to be and really focusing on that gap, I instead accepted myself in that moment and neutralized myself in a way, neutralized the negative thinking, and in doing so I was able to feel so much more comfortable, and the confidence in that particular situation started building up. And also I do want to say that this is something that I also used to think. I used to think that confidence was acting a certain way. It's acting super outgoing and being super funny and super social and having a lot of friends and this and that. And I think that's a common misunderstanding. And instead I realized that confidence is something that's very quiet. It's a whisper. You don't have to be the brightest thing in the room, and it's complete acceptance of who you are and who you are in every moment and what you're feeling in every moment. It's not the way you look, it's not the way you talk, it's just acceptance and harmony within yourself and you allowing yourself to be whoever it is that you want to be. Just remember that you are naturally a confident, beautiful, strong being. I have never met a 2-year-old that had problems with self-esteem or confidence. That is because we're all born the same. We're all born with faith and hope and confidence, in the state of well-being. And so remember that that is already within you. That is your natural state of being. Instead instead of trying to be confident, stop doing the things that you're doing that are keeping you from your natural state of being, that are keeping you from already feeling confident. And a lot of the time, those are just negative thoughts. And negative thoughts don't just appear out of nowhere. Obviously, it takes years to program a belief, to program a certain thought. We're all confident and happy-go-lucky as kids, and then things start happening, events start happening, people start saying things, and step by step, certain beliefs, certain thoughts start building up. It's totally understandable, but the good news is a lot of the things that you might have thought were just a part of you are actually just things that you have programmed your mind to believe, and you can totally change that and change that into a healthier belief that's actually going to benefit you. Start catching every negative thought, every negative action, certain body language that you do when you're not feeling great about yourself, and don't fight it, just accept it at first. Start observing it, start taking steps to change that. So let's say you come across this thought that's saying that you're not good enough, you're never going to have this thing. Instead of fighting it, just observe it, accept it, and then try to think of something that is going to make you feel a little bit better. You don't have to jump from point A to point B in a minute. Understand that this thought is coming maybe from something that you've experienced in the past, but it is not true and it is not a part of who you really are. Start thinking about something that you do like about yourself, that you know that you're good at. And it doesn't have to be anything extraordinary, it doesn't have to be anything great. The smallest thing will help. By doing so repeatedly and constantly catching yourself thinking these things or doing these things that aren't benefiting you and neutralizing it and replacing it with something that makes you feel a little bit better, you're going to start building new habits and new ways of thinking, and slowly but surely, you're step by step, you're going to get to the point of where you want to be. Just know how you want to feel, what you're going towards, and just start catching those things that are keeping you away from being that person that you truly want to be. Basically, start reprogramming your mind, and this can be towards confidence or towards pretty much anything in your life. It's important to analyze your belief systems and see what beliefs are benefiting you and what beliefs are not, and start changing those that aren't benefiting you into something that's more positive. Also, never compare yourself. I know that this is super hard, especially now with social media and everyone posting their amazing, beautiful lives. But just remember that you are here for a reason. You're an amazing, beautiful being with your own path, and things will happen for you at your own time, at your own perfect time. Just because someone else has something that you want doesn't mean that you're never gonna get it. Doesn't mean that you're not good enough. By comparing yourself, you're only draining your amazing energy that you can be using to building your own life on to someone else, and you honestly don't even know what their life really looks like. So focus that energy onto yourself, and every day make it a goal to make yourself better and better. Work on yourself. You can admire others, you can find inspiration from others, but don't ever look at others and bring yourself down. And I know how hard it can be. It's not always gonna work. Obviously, you're gonna have days when you feel worse than other days, and some days you're gonna feel better, but this is just something that as long as you're conscious of, you're gonna be able to snap yourself back into your healthy mindset. So don't ever compare yourself. You're amazing, you're wonderful, and you have come here to live your path the way that you're meant to live it. So be the best person you can be, and everything will work out in the best way possible. And the last thing that I want to talk about, and something that has helped me majorly, is having goals and having dreams. It's okay to have big dreams, and I think it's very important and it's a wonderful thing, and I think you should be focusing on those dreams and be working towards them. However, also don't forget about setting daily goals and weekly goals. It doesn't have to be anything huge, just tiny things. It could be as small as just calling that one person that you've been putting off, or filling out that one document, or applying for that one thing, or exercising for 15 minutes every day. But just have goals and commit to working towards those goals and accomplishing the goals on a daily basis, no matter how big or small. And the reason why this is so important is A, it helps you focus on something positive, it helps you have something to direct your focus on, it helps you to have motivation to be working towards something. even if it's a very small act, it still gives you so much self-worth. It builds out pretty quickly, and without you even noticing, your confidence level just starts building up very quickly. And also, in accomplishing goals, you're gonna see progress, and remember to focus on that progress. And we've all heard that happiness is the journey, it's not the destination, and I really think that happiness is seeing progress, and by experiencing progress, by focusing on it, by feeling happy from watching yourself achieve these things, whether they're big or small, those are the building blocks to confidence. So set goals, work towards them, achieve them, focus on the progress. Don't worry so much about the destination, but focus how far you've come on a daily basis, and that will surely add on to your confidence and really give you something positive to focus on and build up your confidence on a daily basis. So I hope that this helped you. I know that these are things that have truly helped me and have helped people around me. I'd love to hear more about your journey and your tips on self-confidence, so feel free to leave a comment below. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to let me know. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and I hope that you have a tremendous, beautiful, wonderful day. You're an amazing, strong, powerful being, so don't forget that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.